EC&I 831. Here's my summary of learning as we go. I gotta tell you, week 1, week 2, probably up until week 5, I felt like a kid on a tire swing. My head was spinning. I was going a million miles a minute. Wasn't sure, am I going to puke? Is my head going to spin off? Then I remembered, as with any child on a tire swing, that when you get off, you feel nauseous at first, but then you remember how much fun it was and you get right back on. It reminds me of the figure skaters who, in order to not feel nauseous when they do their spins, they just have to keep spinning and eventually your body will get used to it. So my first week 2, 3, or 4 certainly were a bit of a blur, feeling like I was on a tire swing. I know throughout this course, Alec is trying to get us to develop our own personal learning networks, and so that he hasn't really directed our learning. So that left us finding, develop a blog. What are you going to do for your blog that's meaningful for you? So for me, I chose to work with what I had to do with my job already, and I had to develop in our PLC. We were trying to develop a SMART goal to increase online student success. We were going to increase it by 30% by next year. So you'll notice throughout my blog this semester, I really dived into it and was able to take the time and the energy to go in and talk about what it was to be an online teacher. How can you create online presence? What are successful online students look like? And I was thankful through this professional learning network and through this journey that you were all able to comment on my blogs, give me feedback. You all had such fantastic blogs that I was able to learn from and get such great information from. That was just the beginning of my personal learning network, and I just am so thankful for that. It's the comments, as you can see in here, all of the comments that went through there. I mean, thank you so much for all of those. I just appreciate them from everybody. But then as I got through and started not feeling like I was a kid on a tire swing anymore, now I felt like I was drinking from a fire hose, right? So I'm back on the tire swing, but now it feels like it's not so much like a tire swing, but from a fire hose. How do I make it stop and slow down? I cannot take in this much information all at one time. But, as you keep going, how are you filtering it through? Through Twitter, I was able to do some sense making and wayfinding for sure. I know this was taken a while ago and the picture's a bit blurry, but I've got 35 tweets at the time of this picture, 60 followers, and I know that's nothing compared to Alex, 600,000, but it is a start on my personal learning journey and creating my personal learning network, and I thank everybody for being involved in that. Week 3, I got to my comfort blanket of Rick Schweer. He has been my prof many times, and going through his professional learning communities has just been so fantastic. This bottom slide here really sums up my learning. I know that my learning has usually been within these course management systems where the learning is fast and furious, but it ends, and so does the community when the course ends or when the semester's done. And I know Alec wanted us to create our own professional learning network, but I tell you what, you had to be a little bit more of a nomad than the soldier or the worker to go and venture out into this professional learning network out here, and it's taken me a bit, but through the catalyst learning of this class, I think I've got there, and this is just, to me, the best slide that sums up what Alex was trying to get us to do. We had Shelley Terrell come in all the way from Bangkok. I mean, that's the beauty of distance learning. She introduced us to some educational hashtags and, of course, her professional learning network. She left me with the question of, can education change the world? And I posted that up on my blog to try to get some comments there, and what did other people think? I had some fantastic comments on there from Judy. Education is a social determinant of health, and it changes the world for that person who becomes education, and the ripple effect is incalculable. Malin commented in here, if an individual has the capacity to affect change, what would a network of like-minded people be able to achieve? This one is so long, but it was so fantastic. This was from Tanis, and I just thank her so much. If you could ever go back and read this comment, you really should. Tanis just, it was Happy World Teachers Day, and it was just absolutely a fantastic comment, and I just thank you so much, Tanis. Laura's done some fantastic comments on there, so many other people, and I thank them. Sense making and wayfinding, here we go. We had George Siemens here. This was just, to me, this has been my life. I sort of felt like this has been my life in this class. I felt like a rat that had been plunked down in the middle of a maze and supposed to smell for the cheese to find my way. Finally, I had some words to explain my journey, and I probably overused those words for probably the next month or so after having that presentation. It was just fantastic. This one in here, Alex's presentation in week 5 combined with Sharesky's presentation about the importance of sharing. I mean, it totally resonated with me. You know, where's that 3-year-old saying this is mine, mine, mine? And the question in these weeks too, leading you to, can someone find your best work online? I hope so. I'm starting to create more of my courses outside of a course management system and more in open source software, such as on Wiki. So hopefully this time next year I really can answer that with a resounding yes, you can find my best work online. In week 7, we had Dave Cormier as our guest speaker, leading us into the discussion questions of the types of learners. And I got to tell you, I'm not sure I'm ready to be a nomadic learner. Should we all aspire to be those nomadic learners? I think we should aspire all at some point to be those, but we're going to need those soldiers and those workers as well as we go along through here. The next weeks have just been so much of a fantastic time where we did our story making and our 50 Ways to Tell a Story Cogdog blog. Just did a fantastic job of that. I just see this to me as that professional learning, that personal learning network. To me, that has really been the summary of what Alec has provided and given us that gift to take with us and move forward, is those professional learning networks, and that it's been our own. Maybe it's been a whirlwind tour, and maybe we've been those nomads wandering in the desert for quite some time, but hopefully we come out of it and have something that we don't leave, the class behind, but that we take with us when we go.